Hey guys, how are you all doing? Welcome back to my channel. Today I am doing a Q&A get to know me kind of video because my first video was a vlog and I know a lot of you guys are from my Instagram, so you probably know a little bit about me already, but for those of you who do not follow me on Instagram, I thought I would do a little Q&A so that we could get to know one another a little bit. So yeah, I put up a question box on my Instagram story yesterday and we got some questions, so I thought I would answer them. So a couple people asked how old I am. I am 20. I'm turning 21 in November, which is very exciting. Go-to coffee order. I like a really simple coffee. I typically will just get an iced latte. In the summer I'll do an iced latte with coconut or oat milk, and in the winter I'll just do it the same thing but hot. I don't really like any flavors or like syrups or anything. It just like overpowers the coffee because I like the taste of coffee, so I don't get anything in it. There were a lot of questions of what do I do, study, work, what's my major, all that kind of stuff, so I'll just answer it all in one. I am a full-time student. I'm going into my second year of university, although I should be graduating this year. I'm 2 years behind because I did transfer schools after my second year at my first one. So I'm 2 years behind, but it's all good because I'm living in the city where I would have been when I graduated anyways, so it's all good. So my major there, the program is called Creative Industries. It's like media, communications, business, social media. It's really, really fun and cool and interesting. There are a lot of opportunities that I can go into after I graduate, which is really nice and exciting. And in this program, you basically have the option to do 2 modules, which is like a major or a minor kind of. So mine are fashion and graphic communications, which are really, really fun. My job, I just started a new job like 2 weeks ago. I work at a juice bar, smoothie bar company. It's really fun so far. It's a very chill job. I previously worked at a boutique for like a year and a half, but I was just there for a really long time. I loved it, loved all my coworkers, great experience, but it was definitely time for a change. I was getting kind of bored, and I wanted to work more in the health and wellness field because I'm just way more passionate about it. So now my new job is just that. I can talk to people about like healthy ingredients all day. I get a lot of questions of benefits of certain things, so it's super fun. And on the side, I'm also studying to become a holistic nutritionist through an online school called Alive Academy, which is Canadian. I've been doing it for about a year and I have another year left. So yeah, I'm doing a lot of things, but it's super exciting. Who or what inspired you to start this page? That was from my friend Sarah. Hi Sarah. I don't know if a lot of you guys know, although I have mentioned it I think once before on my Instagram, but the way that I started my account was the complete opposite actually. In my first year of school 3 years ago, I started like a junk food account, like New Fork City and like all those accounts that post like crazy mac and cheese and stuff like that. I started one like that called Toronto Kitchen because I've always been a foodie. I've just always been taking pictures of my food since I got an iPhone when I was like 14 or 15. And after my first year, I kind of was in like a negative kind of place with food and my body and all that stuff, just because I had put on some weight because I literally didn't move for a year straight, did not exercise at all, barely walked, lived off Annie's mac and cheese, like basically I just was not healthy at all. I literally went out all the time. Like a lot of alcohol really takes a toll on your body. So that summer I got ClassPass just because I wanted to like get into fitness, but I'm not the type of person that can just go into the gym and like do their own workout. I need the motivation of an instructor and other people around me and like telling me what to do. So I got ClassPass and I started experimenting with different classes. I found barre to be one of my favorites. It was super, super fun, and was like a good intro to fitness, I would say, because it's definitely hard, but it's not like full-on running. So I did that, and then I eventually just sort of changed my eating habits to go along with it. It was a very, very gradual process, like a couple months. Then I still had this account and I was basically doing reposts of a bunch of junk food and stuff that I wasn't really eating, and I was like, why do I have this account? Why am I posting stuff that I don't eat myself? I feel like I was just being like not a true person or account or anything like that. So then I changed it to What the Health to reflect more my lifestyle and to actually talk about stuff and share things that I was more passionate about. So I changed it to What the Health about 2 years ago, so that's how long I've had What the Health for. What is my dream job? Honestly, to, since I was little, I've always wanted to work in a magazine, like a fashion magazine, doing something like editor or in PR or like marketing, something like that, just something like creative. It's just so interesting. And if not that, I feel like nothing specific, but in general, I would love to just work for myself and be an entrepreneur and be my own boss. I feel like that's so ideal, to just not work for anybody but yourself. Favorite clothing brand? Most of my stuff is honestly from Aritzia, which they have such cute stuff, but it's so expensive. But the quality is amazing, so definitely Aritzia. But I do really want to get more into like thrifting and stuff like that, because I mean, I've thrifted before. You find some really cool pieces that are unique. It's way more sustainable and way more affordable, so I definitely want to get into that a little more this year. Are you vegan, vegetarian, dairy, gluten-free? Thoughts on finding a healthy diet? I honestly don't really believe in labels, because like I feel like nobody is 100% one thing. That's just like, maybe some people are. Thunder. But I just consider myself mostly plant-based and like 97% dairy-free. I am plant-based. I eat fish and eggs like once in a while. I have fish probably like 3 to 5 times a month, and eggs maybe like once or twice a week whenever I'm really craving them. And I'm like 100% dairy-free in my house, but I do have dairy if I want it, like when I'm out at an Italian restaurant or something like that, just because, you know, like vegan food is good, but really the real thing is better. So yeah, it's all about balance though. Are you happy with your current life situation? Yeah, I would say that I am. I would love to move out of my house. I currently live with my family, but Toronto is so expensive for an apartment everywhere. It's like New York, it's crazy, so I definitely will not be moving out anytime soon. Living at home is great, but it's definitely hard because for 2 years I was living away from home on my own. My first year of school I was in a dorm, and then in second year I was in an apartment, and then I moved back home. Now I just commute to school because it's only like 20 minutes away, so it's definitely a shift. But I'm very grateful because it is really nice living at home. Favorite food? Definitely like sushi. I could eat sushi all day, or anything Italian. Pasta, bread, carbs, pizza, all that is the best. What is your favorite snack? I honestly just love like a simple snack. I love having nuts and seeds, carrots and hummus, or any veggie and hummus, like chips and guac. And my favorite bars that I have very often are Perfect bars. Love those so much. Midday Squares and Go Macro bars are great, and they're the only bars that I've found that actually will keep me full enough until like in between another meal. Favorite lunch spot? Probably Nervosa is really good for lunch. Italian lunch, it's so delicious. And Wish Cafe is a really good like brunch lunch spot. They have some really good French toast and avocado toast. What does a typical morning look like for you? I'll typically wake up between like 8 and 9, sometimes a little bit earlier. I will read my Passage and Journey to the Heart. I'll journal or write out my schedule for the day, drink some water, have coffee, have breakfast, and then work out. And then after I work out, I will get ready for the day. And that's my morning routine. Dream living location, 100% New York City. I love New York City, like I can't even describe. I've only been there like I think 3 times, but it is literally the most gorgeous place. I'm such a city girl, like I love the beach, going on vacation, but ultimately I definitely need to live in a city. I just love like the hustle and bustle, people doing things, especially in New York. It's like the best place ever. I was actually supposed to be in New York this past June for a month for a fashion internship, and then Corona happened, so really sad, but I'm going next year for the internship, so all is well. But yeah, definitely New York, and second to New York would probably be LA. But I would live in like Santa Monica or Malibu, not like actual downtown LA. Favorite restaurants in Toronto? 100% Planta is one of the best. It's all vegan. It is literally, like vegan or not, it's just some of the best food I've ever had. Like in general, you cannot tell that any of it is vegan. It is delicious, so flavorful. Also Nervosa and Gusto 101. Toroni is amazing Italian food. And probably Kasimoto is so good. Japanese food, it's It's like the best sushi ever. It's so good. And for like a fun place, like late night eats, I love King Taps. It's really fun. They have good drinks and the food is great. How did you feel about the whole food combining thing, and how do you feel after stopping it and including fish and eggs? So if you guys didn't know, I basically started my plant-based lifestyle last summer when I did the Kenzie Burke 21-day reset. It was like super popular back then. Everybody was doing it. I was like, oh, like this seems cool. Like, why not try it? Because I had always wanted to go vegan, but I just never really had the push. But this kind of helped me out because it had, you know, it had structure and everything. I loved it at first. Definitely noticed a difference in my body, energy shift, like everything felt great. But after like a month or two, I kind of just hit a plateau and started seeing negative results. Like in the beginning, I had no bloat at all. Like it was great. And then after, yeah, about 2 months, I started getting bloated again. I started feeling just kind of like sluggish and heavy and like, I don't even know. I just like didn't feel the best because it really is a lot of carbs. Like I was literally just eating quinoa, brown rice pasta, a ton of like potatoes and legumes, and like a lot of fruit. And for me, that just like, I needed a little bit more of a balance. I just feel like I wasn't getting enough protein in, and also like I've never personally struggled with a really unhealthy relationship with food and stuff like that, but this really, like, once I thought about it, I was like, why am I literally restricting myself to rules of what you can and can't combine? Like in the end, like I honestly thought it was kind of stupid, because I was like, if I want to have potatoes with like an egg, why am I not allowed carbs and protein? Like what is that gonna do? You know what I mean? And like I slowly weaned off of the food combining, and I just started eating normal like combinations of foods, and I felt totally fine. Like literally I felt better even than after like 2 months of doing food combining. So it definitely works for some people, others not so much, but that's with everything. So it definitely is personal, but for me, I just feel a lot better having fish and eggs. I don't have them often, but when I do, I just feel like that boost that I needed. There are a lot of like opinions on whether eggs are actually good for you or not, and fish and all that stuff, and honestly, I don't really know what to believe. I know both sides, but I think that as long as whatever you're eating is well sourced, like whether it's meat, fish, or eggs, like if it's organic, pasture-raised eggs are the only kind that I buy and eat. I only buy wild salmon. I will never buy farmed salmon, and if it's organic, then even better. It's all about the quality of the food that you're eating. I think that is most important. But yeah, I felt a lot better after. If you do eat meat, poultry, dairy, etc., what do you usually eat if you do, and what do you avoid? I don't eat meat at all. I've been a vegetarian for about 3 years now. I became a vegetarian before I really started eating healthy. I had a traumatic experience at Chipotle. I ordered a bowl with chicken, and I got served literally wet, slimy, cold, raw chicken, and I, even thinking about it, like, makes me nauseous. It was disgusting, and after that I was like, you know what, I don't need to eat meat anymore. Why would I eat something that I could literally get salmonella from and get sick from? And I was never really a big meat eater anyways. Like I was always like scared if it was raw, I would have to like inspect it, and I just didn't really like it. So I was like, why am I eating it at all? So I just cut it out. But the dairy that I do consume, like at an Italian restaurant, it's typically just like some Parmesan or buffalo mozzarella on a pizza. And if I am buying the dairy myself, I never buy anything with cow's milk. I've literally just read and heard and seen horrible things about what is in it, and like everything about the dairy industry is just like so messed up. But yeah, I never buy cow's milk because it's terrible like for your skin. Like if I have too much cow's milk, I notice in a day like breakouts and like little bumps everywhere. The dairy that I do buy is either feta, which is sheep's milk, or goat cheese, which is goat milk, and that is like totally fine on my digestive system, and it's a lot better for you. So yeah, that was all the questions. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and got to know me a little bit better. If you guys don't already follow me on Instagram, follow me at whatthehealth with 3 T's for all things health, wellness, and recipes. I post pretty much every single day on there, and I'm super active on my stories. I'll have it linked down below with my website and other links. I have some affiliate codes if you guys want to try some of my favorite products. I will only ever promote something that I truly love. So yeah, subscribe so that you can be notified when my new videos go up, and I'll see you guys soon.